Good morning and welcome to today's scripture, which is taken from John chapter 18, verses 1 to 24. This is from the Passion Translation. I hope this word will be a blessing to you, as it is a blessing to me to have this opportunity to share it with you. After Jesus finished this prayer, he left with his disciples and went across the Kidron Valley to a place where there was a garden. Judas the traitor knew where this place was, for Jesus had gone there often with his disciples. The Pharisees and the leading priests had given Judas a large detachment of Roman soldiers and temple police to seize Jesus. Judas guided them to the garden, all of them carrying torches and lanterns and armed with swords and spears. Jesus, knowing full well what was about to happen, went out to the garden entrance to meet them. Stepping forward, he asked, "Who are you looking for?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. Now Judas the traitor was among them. He replied, "I am he." And the moment Jesus spoke the words, "I am he," the mob fell backwards to the ground. So once more, Jesus asked them, "Who are you looking for?" As they stood up, they answered, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus replied, "I told you that I am the one you are looking for. So if you want me, let these men go home." He said this to fulfill the prophecy he had spoken. "Father, not one of those you have given me has been lost." Suddenly, Peter took out his sword and struck the high priest's servant, slashing off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Jesus ordered Peter, "Put your sword away. Do you really think I will avoid the suffering which my Father has assigned to me?" Then the soldiers and their captain, along with the Jewish officers, seized Jesus and tied him up. They took him first to Annas, as he was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, the high priest that year. Caiaphas was the one who had persuaded the Jewish leaders that it would be better off to have one person die for the sake of the people. Peter and another disciple followed along behind them as they took Jesus into the courtyard of Annas' palace. Since the other disciple was well known to the high priest, he entered in, but Peter was left standing outside by the gate. Then the other disciple came back out to the servant girl who was guarding the gate and convinced her to allow Peter inside. As he passed inside, the young servant girl guarding the gate took a look at Peter and said to him, "Aren't you one of his disciples?" He denied it, saying, "No, I am not." Now because it was cold, the soldiers and guards made a charcoal fire and were standing around it to keep warm. So Peter huddled there with them around the fire. The high priest interrogated Jesus concerning his disciples and his teachings. Jesus answered Annas' questions by saying, "I have said nothing in secret. At all times I have taught openly and publicly in a synagogue, in the temple courts, and wherever the people assemble. Why would you ask me for evidence to condemn me? Ask those who have heard what I have taught. They can tell you." Just then one of the guards standing near Jesus punched him in the face with his fist and said, "How dare you answer the high priest like that?" Jesus replied, "If my words are evil, then prove it. But if I haven't broken any laws, then why would you hit me?" Then Annas sent Jesus, still tied up, across the way to the high priest, Caiaphas. Amen. God bless you.